Taoiseach, the government unfortunately voted against my amendment last week seeking to impose sanctions on Israel of the same sort we imposed on apartheid South Africa. I think that's a mistake, and I think history will ultimately vindicate the view that this is an apartheid state and that it should be treated in the same way as apartheid South Africa. But I want to ask you, beyond that general proposition, to give you a specific instance that you should investigate of the apartheid policies of Israel. And that is Irish passport holders or European Union passport holders who are Palestinian. They cannot travel through Israeli airports to go to Gaza or to the West Bank or to Jerusalem. Right? You can, I can, but somebody with an Irish passport who goes to Tel Aviv to try to get to Gaza will be turned back and told you've got to go by Egypt. Right? That's apartheid against our citizens who happen to be Palestinians. But you know what's ironic? Israelis don't require, they get to have a pre-visa waiver to come here or anywhere into Europe. Even the United States does not extend that privilege to Israel, precisely because they discriminate against their Palestinian co-citizens. But we do. So they're discriminating in an apartheid racist way against our citizens, but we're giving a free pass to Israelis, and we don't, Europe doesn't give that free pass to Palestinians coming into Europe. So Europe is practicing apartheid against Palestinians by denying them the same freedom of access without a visa that they allow to Israelis.
Thank you, Deputy.
That is apartheid and racism, and I would ask you, Taoiseach, to do something about it.
Deputy Breed-Smith.
The other key point I would make in respect of what Deputy Boyd Barrett has said is that Israel does place enormous restrictions in terms of access into Gaza. When I visited Gaza some years ago as foreign minister, I had to go in through Egypt. I was the only foreign minister that managed to get into Gaza in the aftermath of the war at that time in 2009 because I was facilitated by the Egyptian authorities. And I saw at first hand the destruction that the violence at that stage had. And this is a repeated cycle of activity. Bombing, destruction, international support comes in from the European Union and others to rebuild, to be followed by another cycle of destruction. It's extraordinary what the children and families have to go through. And without the United Nations, through UNRWA, and indeed the European Union and others, I think the lives of those in Gaza and indeed in the West Bank would be extraordinarily poor and deprived, notwithstanding the extraordinary challenges that they face right now and on a daily basis. But the Irish government wants to try and work towards an international resolution, and people can have different approaches.